Hello and welcome everybody. In this video we will show you how to learn anything faster. Many experts in brain science and memory proved that these tricks works well for everyone. I personally was a person that is very slow in learning something new, but after I used these tricks, my life have completely changed. I become quickly in learning new lessons, new skills, new language, and even quickly understand what others mean. And that's led me to be more confident about myself and successful in many areas of life. These tricks that I will show you are very simple. If you integrate them in your daily routine, then your life will change. Keep watching the whole video and don't skip any important part of the video. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive all our news. 1. Train your brain. You go to the gym to train your muscles, you run outside or go for hikes to train your endurance, but you forget to train the most part of your body that is responsible of all directions you take in your life. By training your brain, you will avoid embarrassing situations. Sometimes you remember his face, but what was his name? You will be a faster learner in all sorts of different skills. No problem for you to pick up a new language or new management skill. You will avoid disease that hit as you get older. Then Alzheimer's will not affecting you. To train your brain, then you must work your memory. The practice of both remembering events or things and then discussing them with others has actually been supported by brain fitness studies. Memory activities that engage all levels of brain operation, receiving, remembering, and thinking help to improve the function of the brain. To improve your memory, you must repeat the experience that you have experienced over and over again. With repetition, you will be able to trigger your brain to move that information from the short-term memory into the long-term one. For example, when you meet someone for the first time and he tells you that his name is Jack, you must repeat that in your mind after 5 minutes, after 1 hour, and then after 3 hours. With repeating that over and over again, you will not forget his name at all. Repetition works well because it helps your brain solidify connections that are used to recall memories. When you learn something new, your brain instantly attempts to associate it with something you already know through a process of assimilation. This association process is basically the brain building a new connection between a new idea and a previously understood idea. 2. Break it down, make it simple. Stuffing too much matter in your head can just end up being of no use. Break it down into smaller bits and it will be easier to understand. Any skill can be easier to master when the knowledge is imparted in small chunks. By doing this, any complex subject can be grasped in lesser time as opposite to mugging up a large piece of information. This is also important for the brain as the chunking helps it imbibe the concept more efficiently. By building chunk by chunk over a period, you will completely master the whole process. 3. Play brain games. Brain games are defined as any activity that stimulated your thinking. That includes word puzzle like crosswords and Scrabble, but also traditional games like chess, Sudoku, and bridge. It also includes creative outlets like painting, playing an instrument, or learning a language. While these activities are mentally stimulating, their short-term and long-term benefits are still being debated. Some studies have found that playing brain games can help you learn anything more faster. Since you have a trained mind, also they may help delay dementia or slow its progression, while other research has found no connection. The more convincing evidence is that brain games may help sharpen certain thinking skills that tend to wane with age, such as processing speed, planning skills, reaction time, decision making, and short-term memory. 4. Pay attention when you learn things for the first time. The best way to learn faster is to make sure that you are paying attention when things are explained to you the first time. Even the smallest break in your focus can cause the information not to settle properly in your brain. For this, you will mostly need to learn how to maintain willpower. Try listening with the idea that you will have to answer a question immediately about the material, such as your teacher calling you, or so that you can repeat the information back to yourself. In fact, if you are on your own, repeating the information back to yourself with your own words can help to anchor the information in your brain. 5. Take notes. Researchers found that if important information was contained in notes, it had a 35% chance of being remembered and captivated, which will lead you to learn faster. Information not found in notes had only a 5% chance of being remembered and learned. Taking notes is another great way to maintain your focus and increase your learning speed as you learn the material for the first time. Taking notes not only forces you to think about the things you are learning, it also gives you a framework to study from later. Taking notes doesn't mean writing down everything that is said. All you have to do is to write down the broad outline with specific information when you know it's important. Write down major facts and any explanation that you either have a hard time understanding or you know you won't remember because they are very complicated. 6. Connect the new thing to older things. This trick is very effective in learning faster. When we try to connect something new that we just learned with something we already know, it becomes more easier for us to catch that information. A boy told to recall a man whose name Stefan. The idea here that the boy already knows someone from his friends, his name Stefan. So he tried to visualize Stefan that he just met, walk with Stefan that he already know for years. That image that he put on his mind helped him capture the name of the boy that he just met. 7. Use visualization to learn. Visualization works well for learning because certain areas of the mind cannot distinguish between what you see with your eyes and what you see in your mind. You can manipulate your mind and body to believe what you are visualizing is real. Visualization is powerful. Physiology experts are of the opinion that a healthy individual visual system processes about 70% of their total sensory input. Research also shows that visualizing an action, even while your body is at rest, may stimulate the neural pathway in your brain just as though you were actually doing the action. It therefore comes as no surprise that muscle imagery helps us to grasp abstract concepts and accelerates understanding. Visualization improves the speed of understanding, possibly because the deal of coding that takes place when a concept is not only perceived in the form of a text, but also as an image. You can start by picture exercise. For that you need to carefully study a picture, then close your eyes and recreate that picture in your mind. Try to remember colors, background, foreground, details. Look at the picture again. How does it compare to your visualization of it? Repeat this exercise until you get the hang of it. Visualization needs to put into practice in order to improve the speed of learning and understanding. When reading information, read it sentence by sentence. Pause after each one and try visualization with your eyes closed or while gazing out of the window. 8. Eat healthy food and make sure dark chocolate is included. Foods like fish and vegetables helps your brain perform optimally. Yet, you might not know that dark chocolate gives your brain a good boost as well. When you eat chocolate, your brain produces dopamine, and dopamine helps you learn faster and remember better. Chocolate contains flavonols, antioxidants, which also help your brain functions. So next time you have something difficult to do, make sure you grab a bite or two of dark chocolate. 9. Teach someone else. Tired of learning but not too sure of how much you know? Well, put it to test. Help a friend or someone else who is learning the same concept. Teaching others can polish your knowledge as well. It helps speed up the learning process and you will remember more. This is an effective learning strategy applied by many teachers as they prepare to teach. To speed up the learning process, they also highlight important points and organize their information into proper structure. 10. Learn something new. It might sound obvious, but the more you use your brain, the better it's going to perform for you. For example, learning a new instrument improves your skill of translating something you see, sheet music, to something you actually do, playing the instrument. Learning a new language exposes your brain to a different way of thinking, a different way of expressing yourself. By learning something new, your brain chemistry changes. The white matter in your brain is called myelin, and it helps improve performance on a number of tasks. The more people practice a new skill they are learning, the more dense the myelin in their brain becomes, which helps them learn even better. Also, learning something new will let your learning speed increases. Learning a new skill helps you learn things faster over time. By stimulating neurons in the brain, more neural pathways are formed and electrical impulses travel faster across them as you attempt to process new information. The more pathways that are formed, the faster impulses can travel. With that, you will make connections between skill areas. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive all our news. If you learned something new today, then give the video a like and tell us in comments which step you like it more. And here's some others great videos I think you will enjoy. Just click on the left or on the right.